A faint hum travels through the universe. Older than stars, older than dust, older, perhaps, than the story of humankind itself. And if you listen closely, some say you can almost hear it. A whisper, suggesting that we are not, and have never been, alone. The first time a human being looked up at the night sky and wondered about that whisper is lost to history. But imagine it, a lone figure beside a fire, staring at a darkness pinpricked with cold silver. Those lights must have felt like eyes, not watchful, perhaps, not yet, but present. The question they posed remains the same today, only now it echoes through radio telescopes, encrypted messages, and the silent ruins of ancient civilizations. It is the oldest mystery we have never solved. Every culture on Earth, from the Dogon of Mali to the ancient Maya, carries stories of beings who came from the sky. The Dogon, for instance, spoke of a companion star to Sirius long before astronomers had the technology to confirm it. Whether coincidence or remarkable knowledge, the detail clings stubbornly to the mystery like dust to a comet's tail. Civilizations separated by oceans and centuries seem to share a single idea: contact. But the idea of extraterrestrial intelligence, as we imagine it today, didn't truly ignite until the mid-20th century, when humanity flung itself into the atomic age. There's a kind of irony to it. Just when we learned how to destroy ourselves, we also began listening in earnest for someone else. In 1961, astronomer Frank Drake scribbled an equation on a chalkboard during a meeting in West Virginia. It looked deceptively simple, yet the symbols represented the wildest probabilities imaginable. The number of stars, the fraction with planets, the worlds capable of life, the life capable of intelligence. The Drake equation wasn't meant to give us a precise answer. It was meant to ask a question so massive that our imaginations had to catch up. For some scientists, the question was exhilarating, for others, unsettling. Around the same time, something peculiar began appearing in astronomy data: pulsing signals, repeating with eerie precision. Some researchers half-jokingly labeled them LGM, short for little green men. It turned out those signals came from pulsars, rapidly spinning neutron stars. Not aliens, but for a brief moment, humanity stared over the wall of the known and wondered if someone was waving. Even now, that feeling hasn't disappeared. It resurfaces every time we detect a fast radio burst from a galaxy billions of light-years away, or when a star dims in, ways no natural explanation quite satisfies. Each unexplained observation adds a bead of suspense to the cosmic necklace we're still stringing. Of course, mysteries aren't confined to distant galaxies. Many of our most persistent riddles unfold much closer to home. Take the strange case of the 1977 WOW signal. One powerful, narrowband radio burst, so unusual that the astronomer who spotted it circled the printout and scrawled WOW in the margin. It lasted only 72 seconds and was never heard again. Some dismiss it as interference. Others argue that natural phenomena rarely behave like that. The truth remains suspended, somewhere between curiosity and legend. Or consider the thousands of reported sightings, some easily explained, others frustratingly resistant to explanation. A pilot who swears a silent craft paced her aircraft at impossible speeds. A radar technician who watched something accelerate faster than any known technology. Sightings dismissed, ridiculed, forgotten, and yet always replaced by new ones. It isn't proof, but it is a pattern. Then there's the tantalizing possibility that extraterrestrial life need not be intelligent at all. Perhaps it's microbial, quietly thriving beneath the icy crust of Europa, or clinging to the methane seas of Titan. We once believed life required Earth-like conditions, but extremophiles on our own planet, organisms thriving in boiling vents, in acid pools, in frozen deserts, mock that assumption. Life, it turns out, is stubborn. It is imaginative. And if nature can imagine life here, why not elsewhere? Still, some mysteries push beyond the scientific into the unsettling. Archaeologists studying ancient structures sometimes whisper about alignments too perfect, engineering too precise, stories too elaborate to be coincidence. Most are explainable. Human ingenuity requires no extraterrestrial tutor. But every so often, a question lingers. A stone cut with astonishing precision. A myth describing metal birds centuries before flight. Enough to stir the imagination, if not to satisfy it. And maybe that's the real issue. Our desire for an answer is older than any evidence. Even our attempts to reach out reflect this yearning. The Voyager Golden Record, our cosmic message in a bottle, drifts through the void, carrying human greetings, music, diagrams, and the sounds of Earth. A lonely gesture, almost poetic, cast into a sea so vast it might never reach a shore. Yet we sent it anyway, because hope is part of our nature. Every decade brings new discoveries, planets orbiting distant stars at the perfect temperature for liquid water, unexpected atmospheric chemicals hinting at biological processes, anomalies we can't quite categorize. For each breakthrough, the universe seems to widen instead of narrow, as if carefully keeping its secrets just beyond the next star. But it is perhaps the simplest realization that makes the question so haunting. There are more planets in the observable universe than grains of sand on every beach on Earth. More worlds than we could ever name. More opportunities for life than our minds can comfortably hold. If life is truly rare, it would be the universe's greatest miracle. If it is common, then we are part of something unimaginably vast. And if intelligent life exists elsewhere, capable of wondering, searching, listening, then somewhere right now another being may be turning its gaze toward the sky and asking if it is alone. Maybe the hum has always been there. Maybe it's growing louder. Or maybe we're only just now learning how to hear it. In the end, the question of extraterrestrial existence is not just about science. It's about curiosity, about humility, about the deep, ancient human instinct to look beyond the boundaries of the known and reach for something greater. Are we alone? The universe has kept its answer hidden for billions of years, but the pursuit of that answer may reveal as much about ourselves as it does about whatever waits out there in the dark.